All right, hey, so I'm back. You're welcome. Let's go ahead and get that out of the way. Back here for another day of online learning with the first annual Mr. Robinson's lecture series. All right, so let's go ahead and get into what we're doing today. But actually, first, I'm going to address a couple of things. Understand haiku is not working. Okay, so what I'm going to do is start transitioning the assignments and putting them on Canvas as well. Now, it'll still, if haiku does work for you, I'll still put them on haiku, but some of y'all it's not working, so I'm going to put them on Canvas. Okay, the Nearpod assignment, which is due today, is not, it's really on neither platform. All right, you guys know how to access that. And another thing I'm going to do with the situation we're in here is I'm going to make the assignments due really by Saturday, okay? Because I understand that there's a lot going on here, and now haiku's not working, school's canceled. It's a difficult situation, all right? We got to play the hand we're dealt. Everybody has a game plan, right? Well, I'll put it like this. Mike Tyson, he said everybody's got a game plan until they get punched in the face, all right? So if you know who Mike Tyson was, he was the world heavyweight champion, and that was his motto. All right. But now, criminal court procedure. Speaking of criminal court, Mike Tyson, world heavyweight champion, went to prison. All right. So maybe that's the way we can transition into this. All right. You have two types of crimes. All right. This is going to be on the little quiz. It's not a quiz. It's a classwork assignment, but it's like a quiz that you're going to do. You have two types of crimes. So you have the serious ones, which are felonies. All right. And then you have the less serious ones known as misdemeanors. Okay, a minor crime is a misdemeanor. Speeding, all right, misdemeanor. Okay, littering, all right. Now a felony, which is a murder, okay, a rape. That's what Mike Tyson went to prison for. All right. So those are the two types. Now at the arrest junction, the arrest, which is where this criminal process starts. All right. Well, give me a second. I had to spit my gum out, so whatever that means. Okay. You guys can hear me talk, but also it's a work day. Okay. So you have the arrest where the rights are read. All right. The suspect is booked, charged with a crime, and then their attorney is contacted. All right. Now, that's really for a felony with the attorney, okay? Now I've never had a speeding ticket, but if I got a speeding ticket out in town here, I wouldn't be calling my attorney up, all right, if it's a minor one, okay? Now, if it's a significant one, maybe, you know. But that's how it goes, okay? Now, some misdemeanors, you do need to contact the attorney, but all felonies, you're going to need to contact that attorney. So that's this is the beginning, all right, the arrest. Now you have a preliminary hearing, okay, where the charges are read, bail is set, all right, at a preliminary hearing. You guys know what bail is? All right, bail is essentially an amount of money that you have to pay in order to get out of jail, all right, until your trial is conducted. All right, so that's what bail is. All right. Now, at an indictment, okay, this is where you have a jury. All right, it's something called a grand jury. A grand jury, what they do is they look at the charges, okay, and they decide if there's going to be a formal filing of the charges. All right. In other words, is there enough evidence to have a trial, a criminal trial for the suspect? All right, that's what the grand jury decides. They look at it and say, okay. Now, that's different than a trial jury. All right, which I'm going to get to in a second. So that's this step at indictment. All right, you have a grand jury. All right, this is the next step, arraignment. Okay. Now, at the arraignment, they set the trial date. All right, the defendant. Essentially, they have the right to plead innocent or guilty. All right. Now, when I was younger, I never understood. I was like, why would you plead guilty? Okay, well, the reason people plead guilty, okay, is one, they get a lesser sentence, all right, than if they're found guilty, all right, and then, that's really the main reason, okay, they get a lesser sentence, all right. So a plea bargain, that's where the plea bargaining comes into. A plea bargain is the court, the reason the defense, or not defense, the prosecuting attorney may want a plea bargain, okay, is because it's going to save time and money. That prosecuting attorney doesn't have to put in all that time getting evidence for when the case goes to trial. Alright? So they just say, hey, if you plead guilty, alright, instead of giving you maybe 10 years, we'll give you 5 years. Okay? Something like that. That's what it's a bargain. Alright? A lot of prosecutors, that's what they do. They're not really trial lawyers. They conduct plea bargains. And even defense attorneys, some of them are known for just getting good plea deals for their defendant. Okay? They're not necessarily all trial lawyers. Alright, but that is the step with arraignment and plea bargaining. Alright, now if they plead not guilty, okay, if they plead guilty, that's over with. Alright, done. If they plead not guilty, that's when it goes to the trial. Alright? At trial, okay, this is a big part of the trial, is selection of the jury. Alright? Because you want to get a jury, if you're an attorney, you want to get a jury that may be favorable to the person you're defending. Alright? In other words, I'm a New York Yankees fan, okay? If I was on trial for something, my attorney, this is just a low-level example, my attorney may want to try to get all other New York Yankees fans, all right? Or, people that will be favorable towards me, all right? So that's something that they can do, all right? You have a jury that's selected at the trial. After the jury's selected, okay, so jury selection is it's an important process. All right. After that, you have opening statements. The prosecution presents their evidence. All right. The defendant they present their case for why they're not guilty. All right. Closing statements. The jury is sitting there listening. All right. Remember, the jury is supposed to be impartial. All right. They sit there listening, and then they are given as much time as they need to debate the finding of whether innocence or guilt. All right. So they follow instructions by the judge. All right. And must make a unanimous decision, and then they issue their verdict. All right. It has to be unanimous. It means everyone has to agree whether they're innocent or guilty. Now, for them to be found guilty, this is only a little practice quiz I'm giving you. Guilt must be proved beyond reasonable doubt. Right? That's what it says. Okay, there has to be no reasonable doubt that they are innocent. So they'll issue the verdict. All right, and then if they're found guilty, the judge will issue a sentence. All right. Now, with that, like I said, they all have to agree, right? If they don't, it's what's called a hung jury, all right? Meaning that they don't all agree on guilt or innocence. It's not unanimous, all right? So it's just it's a hung jury, so they have to try again, all right? Since they have to go through another trial if they want to charge the suspect. All right, that's it. Okay, that's for criminal. Now I'm going to put that on Canvas and Haiku. You understand? Haiku's not working. Alright. Then I'm going to go through the juvenile process. Alright, which is a little bit different. Okay, actually a lot different. Alright. So I'm gonna go through that and explain that to you. So just give me a second here. Alright. So there's only a few slides on here. The juvenile court procedures. All right. Boom. Alright? Now, in North Carolina, a juvenile is someone who is 16 years or younger. So I'm assuming most of you who are in my civics class who are not here right now, but you're there right at home, hopefully watching this, alright? You are 16 years or younger. That's what a juvenile is considered. Alright? Underage. Alright? And this is important. Alright? So, should youth be treated differently than adult offenders? Well, there's some reason behind that. Okay? The reason they're treated differently, okay, is because at 16 years of age, you don't have the proper development to make an adult decision to know what is right and what is wrong. Okay, now I'm not saying you get a pass on things, but your brain's not fully developed. All right, so that's why we treat juveniles differently. All right. The goal of juvenile court is to rehabilitate. All right, which is really should be the goal in all courts, but you have punishment, right, with adult courts. But with juvenile, rehabilitate, in other words, change the child, the juvenile, to where they can have a successful adult life. That's the goal behind it, to rehabilitate or alter their path that they're on. All right, that's what the juvenile change ways. Okay, so this is important that you know this too. When a juvenile is arrested, okay, their parent has to be contacted because remember, all right, the juvenile does not have the brain development of an adult yet, right? It doesn't have the overall, they don't have the knowing what's right and what's wrong like an adult does. So when a juvenile is arrested, the adult is contacted, right? And they're usually released to their parent or guardian, all right, unless it's a very serious crime. So in a juvenile court, it's a little different, okay? It's private, all right, secret setting, okay? Juvenile records are secret, all right? There's no jury trial, all right? It's more of a hearing than a trial, really, is what it is. All right, it's not a jury trial because remember, in the Constitution, you're tried by a jury of what? A jury of your peers, all right? Well, we're not going to have a bunch of juveniles sitting on a jury to try another juvenile, all right? So that would be a jury of your peers, all right? But if you're so that's why it's a hearing really more than a trial or jury trial. All right, the record is sealed at age 18. Okay, again, if the identity of the juvenile is secret, all right, private. Okay, the only case in which the identity is not secret, the record is not sealed, is if it is like a horrendous crime. All right, a murder or multiple double murder. Okay. The punishments are usually lighter, all right? The juveniles are not going to be put in with the general population of prisoners, all right? They'll probably be sent to a rehabilitation facility to help them rehabilitate or change their ways. So that'll be a reformatory school, okay, foster care, and they're given probation, so you have juvenile probation officers, and they do community service. All right, so the punishments, like I said, are lighter. All right, and that's it. All right, so there's some of the differences here between adult criminal court and juvenile court. All right, there's no jury trial in juvenile court. It's secret, more of a hearing, really. All right, so there's just a few of the differences. The punishment is different as well. All right. Now this concludes day 2 of the inaugural Mr. Robinson's lecture series. All right. Remember, if you I say this every day, if you have any questions or anything, let me know. So I'll put the practice quiz on Canvas. It's already on Haiku. Maybe some of you did it. Some of you are probably having a hard time accessing Haiku, so that's why I'm going to put it on Canvas as well. Remember, You have any questions, just email me. My email address is on the board. You can't see it, but you know it. All right, and I'll email this video out to you as well.